Hello everybody, beautiful day here in Virginia, and I thought I might as well film downtown for today's review of Dior Homme Intense. DHI is in fact one of the most hyped fragrances in our fragrance community today, so I wanted to share my thoughts about it with you all. Hopefully you enjoy this review. DHI, Hype King, let's find out. Alright everybody, how's it going? Thank you for stopping back on the channel. This is a very special review today. Right, I've had a lot of requests to review this fragrance right here. It is in fact Dior Homme Intense, quite possibly the most hyped fragrance in the fragrance community of all time. I mean, La Nuit Cologne by Yves Saint Laurent, that is up there, but come on, this is really untouchable in terms of hype. People have been calling this the best fragrance ever created. Pause. Take a moment to digest that really quick. Yeah, there's been some big time serious hype surrounding this cologne, so of course I had to get my hands on it and wear it and see what the buzz has been all about. Also, with this video, I'm not going to be getting too much into the crazy batch reformulation debacle thing. You know, I have a 2015 batch, which I'm quite happy with, and since I have some experience with that, I'm going to be reviewing that batch for this video. So with this review, we shall see if Dior Homme Intense in fact lives up to the enormous amount of hype. So with that, let's start this review off properly. Dior Homme Intense was released in 2011. It is a flanker to Dior Homme and is classified as a woody floral musk. So with that, let's take a look into the presentation. Alright, welcome to the presentation segment of this review. Start off with the box right here. Love this box. It is very glossy and black, as you can tell right here. It has Dior written on the bottom. We have nothing on the top, our batch information and such on the bottom right there as well. Really a well done looking box, and I will say all the Dior fragrances fit quite snug in this box. I mean, there is no wiggle room whatsoever. And of course, you got the trademark, the Dior little B thing right there that you know it's legit and authentic. As for the bottle itself, I absolutely love this. This probably looks like one of the best Dior bottles in the entire Dior Homme line. Just look at this. Love the brown and the black, how they contrast each other. Has Dior Homme Intense written on the bottom. You can see your batch information and such on the bottom there as well. CD up top. Even when you take off the sprayer, you have CD as you would have on all Dior Homme sprayers right there, written around the collar. Bottle just looks so gorgeous, and yeah, really a beautiful, beautiful high-class presentation for Dior Homme Intense. Okay, let's dive right into the scent. Let me show you how the sprayer on this bad boy works. All Dior sprayers are good. What more do I need to say? So, Dior Homme Intense, what do I get from this? First of all, this is one of the most unique fragrances I've ever put my nose on. Seriously, the only thing that I think I compare this to would be the original Dior Homme, but other than that, it is in a league of its own. It smells completely unique, nothing like anything else out there. So off the top, I get a very dry, very chalky fragrance. It has iris, mostly lavender, and a little bit of a dry pear note. These three in the opening combine to create a very dry, kind of a chalky, powdery, lipsticky fragrance. It does have the same lipstick note from the original Dior Homme, but it's not as waxy or as balmy as it was in that one. You can tell that there's a little bit of something sweet underneath, but it's very nondescript and you can't really tell what it is yet. I'm just going to say it, I'm not the biggest fan of the opening. I wish it could be a little bit better. I know it's going to turn a lot of people's noses away just because they will perceive it as very feminine, very lipstick-like, and like I said, it's very powdery and quite sharp. However, like with most good things in life, you gotta wait. Same story with this right here. Once you wait a little bit and it dries down on the skin, it becomes a beautiful, gourmand, chocolatey fragrance. It's not like the chocolate that you would like to eat per se. However, it just reminds me of like Swiss Mix or hot chocolate powder. It's a very powdery, cocoa-y scent due to the muskmelon note in here, which really comes in full. And it has a little bit of a woodiness in the dry down. I will say it gets more masculine as it dries down. Overall, the scent is okay. You know, this is a fragrance that when I smell it straight from the cap, I love it. Like, I love the way this smells, powdery, chocolatey, silky iris. However, would I actually want to smell like that? That's the question. This is one of those that I love to smell, but not necessarily to smell like. I think Dior Homme does much of what this does, and it does it in a much more classy way, has a much better transition in between top, middle, and base. However, I'm not going to knock it. This is a very, very nice smell. I'm still going to score it a solid 3.5 out of 5 points. The dry down is phenomenal. However, the opening kind of lowers the score a little bit for me. Alright, now if we're talking about in terms of performance, DHI is definitely a really, really nice one. It is an eau de parfum, and it does last like one I can say. I get usually around 8 to 12 hours of longevity. It varies sometimes depending on the temperature that I wear it in. But for the most part, it has very, very good longevity, and also it has very good projection. I'm talking about 4 to 5 hours of solid arm's length projection with a killer scent trail. Overall, the performance is very, very nice, much stronger than Dior Homme. So for that, I'm going to score it a 4.5 out of 5 points. Alright, now for the versatility. I see DHI working best definitely in the nighttime. This is a really nice wintertime scent. However, I think it can be worn also in the fall, colder fall days and cooler spring days. However, it's not as versatile as Dior Homme because this is, I think, strictly a formal fragrance. If you have a very nice event to go to in the wintertime, dressed up, tuxedo, decked out and everything, this is a fragrance I think you gotta wear. It has a very mysterious edge to it, which I like, and it just excels in those high class or night out occasions. How about wearing this on a date? This is a legendary date fragrance. However, I would not trust it on a first date. I think it's not really that safe, but if your significant other likes this fragrance, then I think it's definitely a go. I think it's a little bit too high class to be worn in the clubs, and same goes for casual. So all that considered, I'm only gonna score it a 2 out of 5. I think Dior Homme is definitely a little bit more versatile than this one, and I'm just gonna save this one for those night out high class events. So what about the compliment factor? This is a huge category right here. When I have people smell it directly or when I ask them how do they like this, very, very good positive reactions for the most part, which I'm very surprised by. However, out and about when I'm kind of testing this and really no reactions in public eyes, not a single compliment from really anybody. Very, very shocked and surprised by that. And I know it's not just me because, of course, I get many compliments with these other fragrances too. But for some reason, DHI just doesn't really garner that many compliments at all with me. Not really sure what it is. However, I'm going to score the compliment category only a 2 out of 5 because still people do say it does smell nice whenever I show it to them. However, like I said, just not very many compliments out and about. Okay, let's wrap things up with the value category. You can find a 50 ml bottle of this for approximately $60. You can find a 100 ml bottle for around $75. Of course, you got the whopping 150 ml bottle for around $100. Now, I find that pretty acceptable. It is at the higher end of the designer level. However, this is a very unique scent and you pay for a beautiful presentation as well. And of course, the Dior name. So for the value, I'm gonna score an average 2.5 out of 5. Really quickly, agent sprays. This goes, I think, a little bit more in the mature direction. Again, I think you gotta be at least 21 and over maybe to rock this, preferably close to 30. And sprays, I find 2 sprays either side of the neck is really, really good. You can go 3 if you wanna go super crazy, but that's what I recommend for the age and the sprays. Okay guys, we're at the end of this review. Let's give DHI a rating. I'm gonna score it a 7.5 out of 10, the same as its counterpart Dior Homme. While I still really love Dior Homme, I cannot deny that this fragrance is very, very good. Sure, it doesn't quite live up to the hype by my standards, however, it is a great wintertime, formal, cooler weather fragrance that is super unique. I'll say this, if you already have Dior Homme, I don't think that this is super necessary to buy. Don't feel like you have to buy it just because of the hype. But if you do decide to purchase it, I think you will be in for a very nice surprise. So that'll be it for this review. I will leave all links down in the description box down below. As always, make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Share this video if you enjoyed it. I just had a Fragrantica page I started up, and I'll leave that link down there as well. As always, follow me on Instagram, and I will hopefully see you later with another video. Peace.